Hey, Fighter At Warriors! I am preparing myself to do my training, and I'm not at all in the mood. And I must say that without the mood doesn't mean that I'm not gonna have it done, because my mood just sets the tone for right now. It's not the mood I want for my life. It's important to understand the difference between being an average person with average goals versus an overachiever, kind of, or who wants to be more than just basic. If you look at the typical humanity level, we have different levels. Some people have goals that, they go to history. Other people, nobody remembers them. Because there are different kind of people. And the most important thing, know who you are. Because if you don't know what you are or who you want to be and what you want, how do you know you're gonna end up with what you actually love and want? Because you might just look at what other people are chasing and go for that, because what most people chase, you believe, is what we want. Little will you know that that is the opposite to what I do, because I would be miserable to have everything that people say is all to live for. So it's good to know yourself. Now, with my workouts, this is why I want to talk to you today while I'm preparing myself to somehow get my body and mind to show up. And you don't know behind the curtains of what it is, but every time it's cold and my body's extra runny and I'm tired, I have been working too much, I can't stop, so that affects my recovery. Because my passion is over riding, that gives me pains. All that stuff is, you don't see that, because when you look at the video, I might look like I can just do anything and it's just so fun and everything is so good and easy and it's always fun, but hey, forget. It's hard work. It might just look like it's not. But don't get it twisted. You know how it is and how it's hard to stay motivated. Even though you love what you do, you still have a human nature to override, to keep on seducing your mind to have it your way. My whole life I made it into figuring out how can I have it all so it feels like I have everything. Which I have today, that it feels I have everything. Doesn't mean that literally I do. Because nobody can have it all, and if you had it all, you wouldn't have any time to enjoy it anyway. Most people tend to hold on to things, items, stuff, things that are there in reality. You can see it, but it's not anything growth. It's not about acquiring your best level of yourself, your human nature, your traits, your characteristics, your self-work on yourself. That is not as attractive as something that is external. Because externally you can show off to other people. That is what people like. You can compete with other people. That's what people think they want to do. But then at the end, you're still yourself and you have that. And that is what you need to know. That if I were to listen to people who told me that I should regret this or that and go for what everyone else wants, I would be so sad and depressed and hate myself. I would hate my life. And I would hate myself for not focusing on myself. So just think about the fears you hold on to not give it your all. What about the fears of knowing that you are gonna regret to give up on yourself because of being comfortable, that it wasn't convenient? Can you live with that? I can't. So I choose hard work, not security, not be able to know that I have it covered. Like, I really put myself at risk and at stake, and just I'm gonna do it all fearlessly, not holding back to anything, because I know I have one life with this adventure, and I'm not gonna be the way to hold on, to be safe, to hopefully keep myself from not being disappointed, or what if I'm not gonna make it all happen. I don't care, because for me the worst thing that can happen is I'm not just gonna have all I want, and then what? What is there? You see? Disappointment? Well, I want to be disappointed that I gave it my all and I could only achieve this much. This thing is that there's always this all or nothing, that you think that, well, if I want to achieve it, it has to be everything, because otherwise it's not worth it at all. Okay, so think about this now. Would you only have a child if you want to be a mother, if you know for sure that it's a guarantee it's going to grow up? Because a lot of people will know that you not having a guarantee just because you have a family doesn't mean that family is going to stay intact. You might not always have a family. You can't take them for granted. The same thing about you, your life, and all you do, the dreams and goals, what happens with it. So, about the workouts and training and so on, in my program, the FD8, every time there's a new challenge round, the challenge is the life to actually keep on. Remember now that all the goals are worth nothing before you have even realized that you don't even want to live the life. Like, do you see me being at kindergartens, hanging out with moms with children and talk about what diapers to have and what kind of feeding and what kind of red 40 is poisoning and so on? No, I don't, because that's not what I want my life to be. I have other ambitions. But now imagine that if you were me and you forgot you want kids, you would be kind of, you have to change your lifestyle or it's not going to happen. That is where you are with your goals and what happens and what you want. That means the way you train, what kind of routine you are keeping up and maintaining you want has to be fitting into your life, or you're just going to be overwhelmed or realizing, oh, I thought it was going to be this, but it's not. That's just learning. It's nothing to be kind of upset with, that it was just tougher and more complicated and explicit than you ever realized. But that's just a normal, same kind of revelation that I have when things are much more, much more in depth than I want to give it credit. I remember back in my days when I was so ignorant. Listen to this. I didn't understand why people are spending so much money on going out to space, because I thought, well, we have so much problem already here. Can't we solve this? We're gonna find another planet? That was the level that I felt that was stupid to do. So can you imagine? Yeah. So we all have the growing, and if you don't grow, you are just not growing at all, because you believe you have nothing to fix or adjust or revise. It's not about not being good enough. It's just knowing that being basic and not working on yourself, you're not ever gonna be your fullest potential, because the hard work is what chisels you, not the easy way. We know that. So how do you then know how to work out? First of all, no workout program is going to stay forever. You're going to have different routines, because that is how you build your body. Just like we have seasons of life, different school education, you're going to have that in fitness life too. The same routine, the same way, it's not going to always be, but it might they might repeat, and also you're going to notice there's basics and then there's specials. There's always going to be new injuries and new things to work around. There's going to be, in bodybuilding, the routine is always to keep on building and then see what isn't up to par to the rest. And the weakness you got, make that your strength. That is how bodybuilding works. We look at what is the flaw, make it symmetrical with the rest. That is the symmetry of building. And that is something people have so much problem with. Understanding that is the game. It doesn't mean you're not a good person because you don't want to work for a body. But that's what everyone loves to debate. That almost everyone forgets. You're doing this because you're gonna die from a heart attack probably, or not have a liver to have you won't have a liver to detox you, because your liver is fatted up by all the junk and the alcohol you keep on, right? That is what you have to deal with. It's not really about the body, but everyone wants to talk about the body, how it's unrealistic to have that body because you can't live that life. Because the lifestyle people want to combine with the body ideal is the junk life, which no body ideal at all will want, because it doesn't work. People like me just don't go and eat junk food unless they want to have a cheat day or do it in moderation, and I'm not the kind of moderation person. Plus, for me, I just don't like to support the whole diet culture or junk food culture, which I feel is not helping people, because they don't even want to disclose how 5,000 calories in a meal. It should be, so you have to sign your consent that you're aware you're eating for this, that it's going to be 3 days of worth of calories for 3 people, and it's not even nutritious, it's not even building a body, it's just killing your body a little bit. And you don't think there's a problem because this is what you grew up with. And that's what the diet culture and food marketing, the whole food obsession, loves to kind of forget to remember that, yeah, we love the desires, we love to eat and so on, but then And that's another thing too I have to talk about. This that everyone believes you're gonna stop wanting to eat because you're full and you think something's wrong. No, there is very common known of having the greedy mouth and you just want to eat and eat and eat and eat because you're designed to want it. And if you don't learn that, you think something's wrong with you, you are gonna become overweight unless you eat the way we do in FD8, which means you cannot make it happen because it's just impossible. This greedy mouth thing is a natural effect of living where you have access to all the things that destroy your health, but makes your mind love you so much for the moment until you start eating it. Now you regret it because it's the anticipation. So today in a client call I said, why don't you just go and shop all the junk in a cart and then pretend and live it out to have excitement before you sabotage, then just don't buy it. That way you have all the fun but then not the consequence. But it requires discipline for sure. Don't think all of a sudden you're just going to go and run away, because the whole fun is before you have committed the so-called sin. And the sin isn't religious, it's just you going back against what you said, and that is a sin. That you're not sticking to what you want. You don't care about your feelings. You don't care how you're going to feel the next day. How can you waste your life quality of feeling a whole day? Or how long? How much are you gonna choose to be depressed by choice? So this greedy mouth is something that you just know that when you learn your rhythm of appetite and hunger, you're going to notice that when you eat the way you can actually be full, it's going to be easy to manage the greed. But when you keep on playing, I want to be devil's advocate, or I want to eat small volume because it makes my life easy, you forget easy isn't the way that works all the time. But you complicate it by keeping on insisting want to have balance of what I could never have balance of. The reason why I stay away from the drug foods is because I don't want the call from the drug foods all the time, which is the way you do when you keep on feeding yourself. You do make it a routine to want it. And I just don't want it, so I just got myself to find other things I want more. And then that you just keep on training in the nature of life, because you are living in a candy land where you can have access to anything. So any moment your mind says, I want it, you have it. And it costs you nothing, and all your friends are doing it. The whole world is set up on it. Everyone knows you have no control, so you are very easy to just target, and there you go. You just think it's cute, and you want to have that in your life. You want to fit in with the rest, so you are just selling your whole life to junk. And everyone else around you is doing it, and nobody's waking up, because your friends are gonna shame you if you care and you don't want to drink or eat the crap. They're gonna say something wrong with you, or you're boring. All of a sudden you don't hear them ask you to go out, because you now symbolize what I do for most of my people who get butthurt, that it takes more than a week to actually live a lifestyle, to learn a lifestyle. They're gonna not want to talk to you, because now you symbolize what they don't like to know about themselves, that they're not at all doing or working for what they wish they did. So it's just kind of anger and jealousy and envy and being pissed. But think about the opposite though. So this is really good. When you don't want to work out, just ask the alternative. Because would you rather want to know that you don't know if you're gonna live, that you might not have food, that you're gonna be hungry all the time and hope to one day have it, because there is no security of food? You might starve, and that's not a guarantee that you're gonna have it served. Would you want that? Because it wasn't that long ago, and that's the reality for a lot of people. Can you imagine also if you're stuck in junk now, and you don't even have a place where you can buy healthy food because apparently that's not around you, and you don't know how to control and try to be in a calorie budget only from McDonald's? You're gonna be malnourished and hungry, and you're gonna be there and realize, I can't eat anything. That's what happens then. That's why people think you cannot win this, because they're not eating the way that the scale is, the scale drops 1,000 pounds in a day. That's what people think, okay, it works. So when you gain weight from actually eating instead of starving, and you're building a body, and you're building a body up, now people don't want to do it. Can you see the problem? Fears. And resistant to do what is regular life because nobody has time to study, to practice, because it's all about the fat loss, weight loss, and not about the health, not about building the life, not learning about yourself, not taking the time to study because that's not important enough. And here we go again, that it's not even about the body, just people like to keep something that is the problem that we can keep on talking about so nobody can do the work because there's an excuse to say that, well, since I can't look fit, there's no reason to eat healthy, to take care of my body again, because apparently you have to have a body. And then I remember again that it doesn't matter anyway, because your body would be perfect, you would still be criticized and you wouldn't like it anyway. So there you go. You can't live for a destination body without living the life up to those goals, because the goals are not an end. It continues little by little, droplet. That's the onion routine, that's a butterfly effect, that's metamorphosis, that's bodybuilding in a nutshell. And then we go back to the workouts again. So when you don't want to train, you have to find the motivation for yourself to do it. So for me now, like, why do I have to film and record? Well, I think about all you guys. How the heck are you going to do it if I can't overcome and have silence and train for you for 10 minutes on my workout? How strong am I considering myself if I cannot be more than you are? So I do that for you for that reason. So let's just, so I'm going to do it just because I know I'm going to do it. And I also know that it's just the beginning. And when I get in myself into it, then it's easy to keep on. It's a momentum. So that's why I say seize the training day with me. Because I know how tough it is. You hear me here? I motivate myself to get my stuff going. And that never stops. So if you believe that you're always going to be super motivated just by default, that is because you just had junk food life too much. And now you feel like, oh, I have to get myself back to shape, so now you're motivated. It doesn't last. That's the thing you need to know about yourself, that you can go on another diet, go on another workout, go on another challenge. You just keep on repeating the same honeymoon state, but you never make it into marriage to yourself. So you are always starting and regaining and re-losing the same water. You're not even getting to the fat loss mode because you don't want to commit to defeat to refeed 2 weeks maybe. You really have to do some deep thinking about what are you actually complaining about. Because in my life I just see all that I take, that I have, that I can eat healthy, I can take care of myself, I can exercise, I have a body to move. Yeah, that's all I need to know, because I have been through life knowing that it's not a guarantee. And I never let myself forget that, because I don't want to be an entitled little bitch to myself. It's so easy to be it. Just look at other people, copy that behavior, you're right there back. So every day I have to train so hard to not be like everyone else. So hard. Like every sentence I have to make myself, oh wait, now I'm doing it the same. So in my FD8 then, what I'm offering now in the community, so my challenge is about you show up because you want to. There's fun, there's excitement. I talk about workout design. I talk about new foods. I talk about when are we using quinoa? How do we do it? Do we care? Is it grain or not? Do we match it to the raw? Do we match it to legumes? The other day, then all of a sudden, you have arthritis. What are you going to do about that? How do you lift when your shoulders are torn and you can't even put your shoes on? What do you do when you just, you have no power and you have too much in your life, you still have to stay fit? What do you do then? All these things is what you never find in a book, because I have to live the life according to life, which means I'm in the moment, studying and bringing to the table what is current today. And that is what I really want my clients to understand, why you are part of the community. Because the whole challenge is that you keep on falling off if you're not around people who want to train, who want to show up, who want to be more than basic. You have to be around that to be influenced, to be part of that. That's why you have me around. You're not here because you need to have another diet plan at all. You just really have to be more consistent to actually be part of a community, part of a group, that this is what we do. That is why we have the FD8, where you go home, where you find yourself, where you find other people who care. Because if you don't have that, I don't know where you have it. I don't have a place. And I'm not a person who cares about having a community at all if I didn't have this as my mission, to make sure you don't succumb to follow the rest, where I know it's not where I want to be, and it's definitely not joy, happy, excitement about reaching goals, to crush goals, to become your greatest you. I don't see that. I just see misery wants company, boo-hoo. So I have no time for that in my life. So I protect the spirit, the fighting spirit, to work for yourself, to stand up for yourself, to be yourself, and want to be your highest level. To understand the whole struggle is the whole point, not to get out of it. It's to want it. But that takes a certain kind of personality, a certain kind of people. It's not the ones who are the ones we don't remember. It's not the ones who want to ridicule others. It's not the ones who want to compare. It's not the ones who want to have an ace up the sleeve on others. It's not the one who want to win over others. It's the one who wants to make changes in the world. That means you want to make changes in yourself, and you committed lifelong. And when you have that commitment, it takes away all the pressure and the stress, because you realize, what the heck are you stressed about? Or you want to wait? Do you want to speed it up to the last day of your life? And then what? To sit there with your body like a trophy? Exactly why you have to live to enjoy, to find the way you enjoy every day, because otherwise it's not worth it. I want you happy today, because I don't know if tomorrow is here. So then what are you going to do about complaining about healthy eating and taking care of a body, right? So to just summarize, in the FD8 you have the workout program in the book. I have different routines there for different needs, different splits, different programs. And then we have my workout program that is 4-12-1 video that I train, that is for beginners and advanced, so beyond and beginners and beyond. And remember, beginners are just beginner, because a lot of you have no technicality and you might need to change it. You have to actually learn that it's a science, and you haven't done that. So that is why it's important to know that you are a forever beginner learning in athletic life. That's the way it is. You cannot ever be learned enough when it's something that doesn't stay the same. Science is like life. It doesn't stay the same. It keeps on evolving. So the workout videos then are 2 playlists with 32 extra videos. I couldn't help myself. So there are actually 8 more bonuses. So 4-12-1 means 4 weeks, 12 workouts that you mix and match, one coach. So it keeps it really good, because you can combine a variety of ways to see how long do you want to train. And 1 week you want to train this much, another one another way. So you have all the freedom of choices, because not every workout is going to be the same way. You don't want that limitation, because it's going to take you out from being consistent. If you try to live life, fitness life, according to a book, it's gonna break down. And if you read a book more than once, it's usually not the book that is like a thriller. It's the way of living life that gives you guidelines. And that means you're gonna read it over and over and over, and aha, and aha, and aha. It's like Lao Tzu's, what is that? The very important, I don't remember, but it's one of the most important Rumi. Oh, Lao Tzu, yeah, so the way or something. But anyway, that book, you can keep on reading, and every time you have a new insight. So then, not only this, the workout videos, the playlist, you also gonna have the first month with me with Caesar Training Day, where I drop in my workout of the day, to help you with action paralysis, to get you to start, to get momentum so you don't have action paralysis, which is so easy to have, trust me. I do this because I know how hard it is to do this myself, and I am me. So who do you think you are? Because it's easy to say to train hard, right? Like your life depends on it, but what is happening really? Go under the blanket, lay there with your cat? I wouldn't be me, but hey, it's tempting. And then you come into my community every day, because we have Defeat to Refeed starts March 4 again. Because every time you forget, it takes longer than 2 weeks. And you have to build the endurance on diet in order to get lean. Because otherwise you're just losing weight on water and not fat. So we have to get up to that aha, and then it becomes more and more fun and more rewarding in nutrition. So it's really about getting through those weeks of the start and then keep it going. Because it becomes more and more fun that way, and it is, when you don't sabotage. That is another thing, you keep on showing up with me, because you will. You believe you don't, but that's just because you don't know yourself. Yet. And that's also a study that you're gonna do until you die. And then after that, I don't know. Okay, so don't ask me. And So every day now, you gonna just know that the education, living the life means that you're hanging out with me. I'm part of your community. I'm your fit friend. If you don't have me, who is gonna give you inspiration? If you don't have the community, who is gonna pick you up? You are there because you have more power and more motivation numbers usually. So if you can find people who do what you do, you're gonna have more likely chance that you're gonna see more of your reward that you wanna see because you are not quitting. And that is why I keep on showing up, because when you don't know and it's fun and you have the kind of wild card and you have a new workout every day that are dropping in there, things change. You notice that fitness life isn't boring at all. It's the opposite. It's the adventure. You just hear too much of all the people who go on a diet to track the macros, to be on a diet, and never know. Because in their life, their future is they will go and have a cheat day, and then that's when they have to start on a new diet. They're just waiting until they don't know what to do anymore, and then they're gonna go back in the world and start over. But isn't that such a bad life to live if you know it's never gonna go through that same cycle? That you're just gonna work on being on fat loss mode all the time and never really be happy? Because that is what you do, right? And do you see a change in that? I don't. Unless you do Fighter That with me and you understand, come live with me for the whole 4 seasons. You get a reality check of what it is with the ups and downs of fitness life. What is really happy life? What is happy training? What is taking care of yourself? Because I think you need to see me to really get, oh, that's why she's who she is. Not like the rest who just show up on good days to get my money and then kind of want to yo-yo diet like me so we can all be misery one's company, because all women loved another women coach is just as shitty with the way you have a relationship with yourself as you, right? But I'm not like that because I want to be more. So you have something to actually think, well, there I have something to kind of, not think that, not that I'm everything, but I do have a really greatest relationship I know, because I am my own self-love. I am my own love. I love who I am. I don't need anyone else. I don't need anyone to compliment me. I provide everything for myself. I didn't have it like that, trust me, before. I always wanted, to be validated by the men, because that is how you feel the best kick, right? Until I realized that never made me happy anyway, because it was always about me having to be myself for my love for myself and not anything that is outside of me. I'm so happy that I learned that, trust me, because having everything within me that provides everything for myself, that just provides me for all the happiness, well-being I need, that's to die for, and that was my goal, and I made it, and I keep it, and I love it, and that's what I teach. So see you in the FD8 March. You should go and sign up, because it's not about another diet. You forget the whole point is we can just start a diet, get you on, and then distract yourself in that, because now the new lessons happen every day. Because that is how you grow and learn things in Live Fitness. That's how you keep it fun, exciting, because otherwise it's going to be like a marriage. You don't even care about your partner, and you think that's not going to go stale. I think someone's going to cheat, because why would you stay if you never get to have what satisfies you at home? Then you outsource it, don't you? That's what you do for yourself when you're not happy in fitness life. So be your own provider for the happiness, and you're gonna be engaged.